Greetings, Minecrafters, and welcome to another exciting Minecraft discussion on all things well-being. My name is Dr. Kimberly Quinn, and I am here to help you become the boss of your brain. Main theme for Minecraft, and it is Trey Gorge in northern Vermont yet again. I'm out with King Lear and Caesar, and Hamlet's right there in the background someplace. Very handsome devil, huh? So today we're going to talk about accepting compliments. I mean, it sounds so simple, like, ooh, do I need to watch this YouTube? I mean, maybe you don't. But really, this is common. You know, sometimes even the most secure of us just don't accept compliments well. And it's often habitual, like we're not even thinking about it. And someone says something, some heartfelt, genuine compliment, and we smile and say thank you, and we kind of look the other direction because we get this wave of discomfort. And it's just so important to really, accept and internalize these. So obviously, there's a scale of compliments. Like there's a scale with anything, a spectrum is what I want to say. Spectrum like anything else. And we can have like the, high school reunion, college reunion type compliments. Oh, you don't look any different, and you're like 50. Well, and then you say back, oh, you don't either. Why are we playing that game? We both look different. We both know we look different. That was a gigantic waste of vocal cord energy. You know what I mean? It was just like dumb. Or better to say, great to see you, wow, and I've heard you've done this and that, or whatever's going on. Oh, there we go. Sorry, a little thing with the camera. Okay, so, and that's just like small talk, dumb stuff that we're just kind of used to doing in the world or whatever. But the thing is, when we, they had these, so we still say thank you and nod, and often, it's habitual, but often it's, goes back to this sort of theme, something we've been talking about, of winning from within and seeing our own, being able to see, to know, and know is a better word, because know is to love, right? To know our own value. And so we often just kind of look to the side and we dismiss these compliments when it's so important to take what amounts to milliseconds and actually feel them. It is just so incredibly important. So sometimes we'll get let's say a clothes compliment, and somebody means it. Maybe if it's fall right now, right? So maybe you've got these gorgeous earth tones on and a nice scarf, or you found a cool tie or whatever, and somebody says, wow, you look amazing in that outfit. And then we'll say, oh, yeah, I got it on sale. Why are you saying that? Even if you did, even if you got it at a yard sale, shh, right? Just do like, you just in your head. They can think you got it at Saks Fifth Avenue in New York. Like, who cares? You don't need to, it's not being dishonest. It's just letting them think whatever they want to think. And who cares? And just say thank you for that. It's just so important. And when we don't accept these compliments, there are people, most often, because I believe people are most often really, really good, and they're really meaning what they say, usually, outside of the small talk, game playing, crap. When we don't accept their compliment, it's kind of like not opening a Christmas gift or something. Like somebody, gives you this nice present, or birthday present, whatever present, and they thought of you, and they thought of when they made it, or bought it, or found it on some vacation that they went on, and you just like, oh yeah, thanks, and then you go and put it on the desk or the table for later. I mean, how does that feel? Like, who wants to go through, to put that much thought into something and have someone not accept it? Like, it's just feels awful. It's ungrateful. And the other thing is, just like when we've been talking about, being too busy for this and too busy for that to write the novel, start to this is very similar. Stay with me here. Eventually, if we keep not acknowledging, the whispers that are coming to us, right, about writing something, doing something, making whatever change, or a compliment, eventually, God, the source, universe, or whoever it is for you, will move on to somebody else. And accepting compliments often leads to more compliments, and often also leads us to being better able to give more genuine compliments too. It's just really, really important. And another big deal is I lost my train. Oh, it primes the mind. This is definitely like a Minecraft positive psychology thing that's discussed by lots and lots of people in the biz. Is that if we want to learn if we want to cultivate a lifestyle of happiness, authenticity and happiness, like anything else, it takes rehearsal for the neurons. The neurons need to know what to do. Well, this isn't different with compliments, and also the feeling that follows genuine compliments, of feeling good and feeling connection. It's more than feeling good, because it's a connection between you and someone else, right? And especially if they're close to you and it's something that even has detail, like, wow, did you do great with that presentation? I really loved how you touched on, and it has some deets, because that means they were really paying attention, they were invested. Or I really like how you handled that difficult situation with so-and-so at work. Wow, like you managed to maintain your composure, and you handled it with kindness when they were, completely in the wrong, and you handled it with grace, and you were just, wow, what a class act. That kind of thing. And the thing is, if we want to attract more good feelings to us, more happy feelings, more, authentically genuine good feelings, the brain needs to know what they feel like. And it also needs to get used to it. The brain, the neurons need to know what to do. So as difficult as it is, because for some of us, we have to learn to be comfortable with people saying nice things to us. I know I did. And I'll tell you way back when, because this has been a long time. I was probably at St. Mike's, actually. And I got this from several people. I'm actually thinking, Dr. Dave, actually, who I talk about frequently, this was definitely, like I was probably 20 or 21 years old, and he was constantly saying good things, genuine good things that just fed my soul. And I would smile because it felt good. It just felt so, it's like feeding his words for whatever it was that I did or said or something, fed my spirit. And I'd still, kind of like, my eyes would do like a tap dance. And if he would, in a very loving way, call me on it, he's like, why can't you, tell me what's hard about this. I want you to really sit with this and try to hear it. Try to hear about how well you did on whatever, a ski race, whatever it was. And he kind of would pull my eyes back to look at him. I was usually good with eye contact. What am I trying to say? Eye contact. Way back then, it was like more than 3 decades ago, except when somebody was saying something good to me. And it felt good, like I knew that it felt good. So it's this mix, because if you're not used to hearing good things, and it can be, and also, well, there's two levels to this. If you're not used to hearing a lot of good things about you, and you were used to hearing bad things about you, it's the brain is like, I don't recognize this, just like a computer. Don't recognize this. Where's this coming from? And so we have to retrain the brain to become a catcher's mitt for good stuff. And compliments is a great place to start, because the people who are saying them to you, I would say the high majority of the time, really, really mean it. And so we can actually practice this, just like anything else. What we practice, we inevitably get better at, right? I mean, we just know that to be true. And so, we can also work this into our happiness lifestyle, because we can cultivate, which is a word I love, because also in northern Vermont, look at, let's see if Hamlet and Caesar. Caesar's still a very odd little goat. Hamlet's the oldest one, and King Lear's that handsome devil down there. Cultivate is a great word, because it makes me think of farms and rich land and soil and growth and abundance, definitely abundance. And so the better we get at accepting the goodness and internalizing it, like I say to my own kids and my Minecrafters, my rock stars, my students, also, my kids, young adults, all of them, the more we get used to internalizing this and bring this into the living room. Here is the living room. Bring that in. Let it all sit on the couch and get comfortable. Let those compliments sit on the couch in your living room and put their feet up. Get comfy. Okay? Have a snack. Let them reside there. And the other thing is, in that moment you want to feel it, so that your brain kind of, makes like a mental copy of it, like, oh wow, this is what, no matter how uncomfortable it is, become comfortable with the uncomfortable as much as you can. And then later, another prime the brain activity is when it's a whole different whatever situation. Maybe maybe you just started a new job, you're nervous, whatever situation. Another good tactic with these compliments, to keep like a mental file system of these, is before you have to go into a difficult conversation. It doesn't have to be like there on the level of difficult. It can just be nervous about going to a new place. It can be nervous about meeting up with somebody you haven't seen. It's not to be like here-ish, but just to relive that good moment with the person who said whatever they said, even if it's completely unrelated to what you're about to walk into. And that this also, it's kind of like, I make a lot of references to savings accounts, like the self-esteem account. The compliment savings is great. And also, again, this adds to our value account. It adds to our value account. We then become more comfortable with feeling our own value as mirrored by other people. And you've heard me chat about how important this is, in earlier videos. You know my backstory now. And thank goodness I had people mirroring this, at St. Mike's and then all the way through, after that. And we have to hang on to it though, because otherwise, just like the Christmas gift thing, their energy and their investment in saying these compliments and genuinely wanting to convey this good stuff is in vain. Because if you let it go in one ear and out the other, it's not sticking with the neurons. They're just like, whatevs. Didn't catch that. Let's go back to feeling badly about ourselves and not knowing our value. No, you've come too far. If you're watching these videos, you have come way too far, because you obviously have an investment in yourself on some level. You do know your value, and you're wanting to expand this. You're wanting to expand this, right? And just like the spirit is infinite, means doesn't begin and doesn't end, right? That's infinite. That's what that means, infinite. Your spirit has always been there on some level. So since it doesn't have a beginning, doesn't have an ending, all it can do is expand, right? Makes sense? So it wants to expand with all this good stuff. It's like dumping Miracle Grow on yourself. So there you go. And I also want to do a shout out to Sarah Von Brednik, because I read her a lot, her Simple Abundance book, and just in case I touched on stuff from her, because I just want to be careful, I'm going to say that. So remember, expand with compliments. Expand your spirit with compliments, and then commit to giving one other person each day a heartfelt compliment. Remember, the BS small talk stuff is dumb, dumb, dumb. A real one, just a real one on what they're wearing, what they've done, what they've said, just who they are. Just great to see you and mean it and look them right in the eyes. And give yourself a compliment, preferably in front of the mirror. But if you can just say it in the car on the way to work, it's a start. Okay. Embrace and feel, accept compliments, as they will add to your own value. This is Kimberly Quinn signing off from the gorgeous northern Vermont with goats. Have a mindful day.